Good evening, race fans. I hope you're ready. That's right. Race number 2, American Sim Racing League Elite Series live at Auto Club Speedway tonight. I'm your commentator, Vern Bradley, in the booth once again. And we have, let me count. Maybe 36 drivers ready to do battle here tonight. I'm not 100% sure, but we got a large field. We're going to find out during the starting grid. After last week's fiasco with my starting grid lineup, I'm going to get 2 pace laps tonight to go through the starting grid. So we're going to have plenty of time to let you know who's starting where. 1 stage break tonight, too. I'm going to go ahead and kick that out of the way here. Lap 30 is going to be our stage break tonight. So on lap 30, do have an interview I'm going to do too. Every week on the warm-up session, we're going to interview a different driver, and I got a surprise driver coming in the booth in just a minute here. So I'm going to go ahead and find that driver right now and get him up here. Jesse Bunnell, Vern Bradley up to broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy? Jesse Bunnell, driver of the 96. You got a copy? Well, he may have stepped away for a second. We'll give him a couple of minutes here, though. He's our he's going to be our pre-race interview.
I'm here.
All right, we got him. Jesse, how you doing, buddy?
Good, man. What's happening?
How's the car feel? That's the first question I got for you. Since we're at Auto Club this week, different obviously from where we was at last week. How does the car feel out there?
Definitely a little loose exiting the corner. I think that will be a little bit tricky here in the first part of the race, but we'll see. Hopefully, we got something for him. I think being good on the long run is going to be the key.
There you go. You're no stranger to winning over here. I believe you got 5 career wins at the American Sim Racing League. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, lucky to have 5 for sure. Probably could have had a couple more. I think we gave away a couple last year, but happy to do what we did. This is by far the most competitive league that I've ever run. Especially this year. I mean, what do we got? 43 guys in here tonight, so we got our work cut out for us.
Yeah, 43. You got a full field, Jesse. you got that right. But, I mean, a winner at Michigan before. So a track similar to this as far as size goes and even driving style. Does that give you an advantage here at Auto Club?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're a little bit better in how we qualified, so we'll see how it shakes out. Like I said, it's going to come down to who's the best in the long run. So hopefully we can stay out of trouble at the get-go here and get the teammates lined up and do some drafting and hopefully be at the front at the end.
Well, you got a warm-up session going on now, so that'll give you a little bit of practice of racing around the whole group for a few laps, right?
Yeah, we'll see how the car handles in traffic. I think might tighten up a little bit, which might help the overall balance, I hope. So we'll see what we got.
Well, we're not going to pick your brain about your race strategy because we know before the race that's top secret stuff. But
yeah, it is. Yep.
I'm assuming the team has a plan at Auto Club this week.
We do. Hopefully it works out. We'll see if we get some cautions at the right time. We might change it a little bit, but yeah, we're race ready.
Well, that's good to hear, man, and we wish you the best of luck every week. I know all the fans that tune in to YouTube, we love seeing you guys race it out week in and week out. And it's awesome what we're doing this season as far as bringing drivers in during warm-up every week. And we just want the fans to meet everybody and know who they are. And I think that's the important thing, Jesse. And you're one that I kept an eye on in the few races that I did last season. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on the 96 car this season.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I tell you what, we like to put on a show. That's for sure. Get people to watch this stuff. We want them to be entertained. So, you know what they say: if you're not the fastest, you got to at least put on a show, give them their money worth.
That's right. We'll definitely put that on the camera and let them see it, because that's what it's about. Put on a show for them. That's what the fans want to see. And I know your fans pile in here like everyone else's, Jesse. So good luck to you out there. Go get them. Do you have anyone that you want to give a shout out to while I got you in the booth here?
Yeah, I sure do want to say hi to my wife Amanda. I know she's watching. My mom is checking it out. I'm gonna say hi to Mike and Kathy. I think they're watching, and my aunt Lisa. She's probably watching too. So hopefully we got something for them.
Well, that's awesome. And if they put your car number in, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. And I kind of started a little bit last week, but whoever gets mentioned the most with their name or car number in the chat tonight will be the fourth driver interviewed after the race.
I stand a chance at winning that at least.
I think you're going to have a good shot of winning the race or being in the top 3. So go out there and get them, man, and have fun. That's what it's all about, Jesse.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Appreciate what you do.
Thank you, and it's been awesome having you up here.
Thanks, bud.
What team channel am I putting you back in?
AW Motorsports.
AW. I couldn't remember where I stole you from. Good luck, man.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, so there he is, and I see Amanda commented in there, so we'll count that as a vote towards him. That's one vote right now, and I'll repeat it again. If you have a favorite driver that you're rooting for, you can put their car number or their name in the chat, and I will make sure that if they do not finish in the top 3, that they will be the fourth driver I interviewed tonight. And I will interview a fourth one. So the fourth one I interview will be the driver that gets mentioned the most in the chat. We'll kind of call it the fan choice or driver of the day or something like that. And it gives us an extra opportunity because we have so many drivers this season. I mean, you look around as we watch the 62 get loose, and this is just warm-up right here. So we're not racing yet. You'll know we're going to go over our starting grid with you. And I got 2 laps to get through 43 cars tonight. So if we can do, 21 and a half of them a lap, we might get there. But I think I can handle it. Hopefully you guys and gals have confidence in me doing it, but I think I can handle it. We'll be fine. But it is awesome having all of you join once again, watching the viewer count go up. It's incredible. Well, thank you, Amanda. I'll be here every week doing it. I love it. This is a little bit of background in me because I probably don't give much, if any at all, especially on YouTube. I've actually been a member of iRacing since beta in 2008. So I've been a part of SimRacing for over 25 years. It is when it first started for me, and I've loved it, and I've watched it grow tremendously over the years. So it's really awesome to be able to broadcast these now. I started doing this back in probably 2018. But I still say I'm learning. I have experience with it, but every week it's something different. I try something a little different, and I'm learning. And I think that'll keep it more interesting as we watch. Oh, that's debris. It looks like dirt. It was kind of a mess out there. Thankfully, it's warm-up. So we'll get through the warm-up session, and then we'll go over the starting grid for you, and we'll get to 100 laps of racing at Auto Club tonight with the American Sim Racing League's Elite Series. And I'm excited. I hope that you guys and gals are as excited as I am for this one. I know we even got a new driver this week. I had a driver, one of my buddies, I told him to come over here and sign up and race. So he's here tonight. I want to wish the bootlegger good luck, and he knows who I'm talking about. See Gary May taking it to pit road. We got a minute left here, about a minute and 9 seconds in the practice or the warm-up session. These are good sessions. They're 10 minutes long, and it gives the drivers a chance to kind of practice the start and then race around the guys to, it's race number 2, and some of these guys haven't raced with some of these other guys, so they got to learn learn how to race each other a little bit, per se. But I'm not really going to say that because most of these guys have been at it for a while, too. And I know that for a fact. See a little contact with the outside wall. We heard Jesse tell us in the interview that the car is a little bit loose out there, so we'll have to keep an eye on that and see who it might affect. And I don't know. We'll see which one of these guys have to put 2 hands on the wheel instead of driving around Auto Club one-handed. You see a little bit of 3 wide here, but this is one of the widest tracks that we go to on the circuit. So I think 3 wide will work out just fine at Auto Club tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if you see a little bit of 4 wide every once in a while. It's wide enough. They can do it. 26 car going around, and that's going to do it for our warm-up session here. So the next thing we're going to do is get ready for our starting grid. And I'm going to try to find our lead driver when they load up. Oh, that's no surprise. The pole sitter here at Auto Club this week. I'm going to wait for him to load up on the chart here. We got our 3rd place loaded in. Well, I'll vote for the number 80 right there. All right, so let's take a look at your starting grid. We got a couple of laps to get it done, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. Your pole sitter, P1 in qualifying. That's right, 63, Johnny Avila. No stranger to speed. And definitely a track that I figured the 63 would be strong on. He's starting P1. Outside of him, though, in the 94 car, you're going to find Elliott Drummond. We're going to switch to 3rd here. Richard Holland, another driver I'm familiar with. Fast guy right there in the 31 car, Outcast Motorsports. In his outside in 4th, that'll be Bailey Dutton, driving a 34. And I'm going to try to switch my timing and scoring screen real quick and see if it helps me. All right, so now we're going to move to Todd Cray. Starting in the 5th position in the 21, and his outside in 6th is going to be Hunter Waters in the 7th. Starting 7th here tonight is going to be Thomas McBride driving a 53, and his outside in 8th will be the 24 of Bentley Glasser. And I'll try to switch to the drivers as I go. 9th is going to be the 27 of Steve Yenish. And his outside in 10th, that'll be the 46 right there of Ray Polking. 11th is going to be that 17 car, Tommy Haynes. And his outside in 12th will be Joseph McWhorter in the 73. Go back here to 13th. You're going to find Charlie Woods in the 40 car right there. And to his outside in 14th will be the 72 of Jerry Cochran. 15th is David Kamara 02. And outside of him in 16th is going to be the number 12 of Cody Williams. 17th, Dwayne Hunt driving a 19 car. And to his outside in 18th, you'll find the 9 car of Adam Matz. 19th is going to be the 96 of Jesse Bunnell. He was our pre-race interview. Have to keep an eye on the 96 car tonight. And his outside in the 11 car, Tyler Seville starting 20th. 21st tonight, Kyle Bromer in the 90. Into his outside in 22nd, that's going to be Patrick DeSalinier in the 93 car. 23rd tonight's Joseph DuPont's number 1, and his outside in 24th will be the 09 of William Kemp. 25th, you'll see the 80 of Rafael Rodriguez, and the 80 car's already got a vote tonight, too. And to his outside in 26 will be the 13 of Landon Cardullo. And I know there's some Cardullo fans out there. 27 to 35 of Jason Mullis, and his outside in 28th is going to be Jason Day's number 52. 29th, Cody Blackmore in the 84. And to his outside in 30th is going to be the 85 of Jacob Zala. 31st is Shane Gross's 41, and to his outside in 32nd is Paul Crummery in the 3 car. 33rd, Justin Gann back here this week in the 30, and his outside in 34th is going to be the 99 of Paul Zada. You got Steven Ayers Jr. in the 62. He'll be starting 35th here tonight. And then 36 is going to be the 97 of Levi Allen. 37, Tony Gray in 88. Jeff Yenish starting 38th in the 89. 39th, Levi Pullins 91, and 40th is the 5. Then we got the 45 of Tyler Powers, and then Ben Park in the 23. We got Cooper, Bradley Cooper right there in the 25 car starting 43rd. We're green flagging racing too. So almost got it all done. I fell a few short right there. Get the starting grid off. Look at that 63 car jumping out to a lead on lap 1. He wants to leave them all racing for second right here, and he's trying it. And I tell you, racing for second, there's a lot of them. Look at this field here. I mean, we got a lot of cars here that took the green flag. 43 cars to be exact. And we know for a fact we're going to have a into the first stage on lap 30. There's the 4 wide I was talking about. That's 4 wides for second. I said it could happen. They could do it here at Auto Club, and I didn't make that up. These drivers are good enough they could probably do this at Bristol. No, just kidding. I wouldn't try it there. Watching a battle back here with Todd Cray in the 21 car. 94 car on the outside of him. That's Elliott Drummond. So good battle. That's 6th and 7th position on the racetrack right now. And we'll definitely swap the camera views around a little bit. See the 53 car. Thomas McBride looking into that battle. Jesse Bunnell working his way up pretty early too. 96 car working the bottom of the track. He's in traffic right here. Looks like the 46 of Polking up there on the outside. 19 car. Dwayne Hunt. I see Steve Yenish's 27 car up there sneaking into the 9th position as well. So really good racing at the start. We're 4 laps in. No fast repairs here. So guy damages a race car, they're going to have to let the crew fix it and give them time to. So we got a pick for the 24, a pick for the 21, a pick for the 80, and a pick for the 96. Keep them coming in. If you got a favorite driver, put their car number, their name down in the chat. And whoever has the most fans that do that tonight, I will make sure that they get an interview, whether they finish in the top 3 or not. So typically we interview the top 3 drivers in the race. So we take your first, second, and third. And we give them interviews afterwards. But I'm going to take a 4th driver from now on. And that driver is going to be your pick. The fans, the people that watch the broadcast. I want you to put that car number in for that driver. And we'll make sure we get them in here to give you an interview and let you know how things went for that driver. Not to mention, we'll give them a little bit of airtime. So let's go ahead and start with the 80. Or actually, we're going to start with the 96 car. We've seen him a second ago, but we're going to go back to him. And as you can see, Jesse Bunnell has fought his way into the top 10 already. So I can tell you the 96 car is surely on the move. I mean, he's going. He's right behind Yinish in the 27. We've seen Yinish break in the top 10 a couple of laps ago. Benell's going to battle for that spot, and that'll be the 9th position on the track. So Jesse Benell having a great run here to start. Oh, let's see. Next on the list is going to be the 80 car, Rafael Rodriguez. We're going to find Rafael right now on lap 7. He's sitting back here in 21st position, so he's got a little bit of work to do, but it's really early. We're only working lap 7 of 100 here at Auto Club, so about a 2-mile track, long way to go. A lot of time to get there. 11 car working right there is going to be Tyler Seville, but we're watching the 80 car right here, Rafael Rodriguez. Next, we're going to find the 21 of Todd Gray. And I seen him up here somewhere around 6th or 7th. Here we go. 7th position currently for the driver of the 21 car. Also the leader in my votes so far tonight. Seen a couple for Todd, so he's going to take the early lead for that fan favorite tonight. We make that race as good as the race on the track if you want. So that's the 21 car. And I think it's Chuck Sweeting we got in the chat there. How you doing, buddy? Appreciate you tuning into the broadcast. And now I'm going to find another driver. We're going to have to go all the way up to 3rd. We're going to look for the 24 car Bentley Glasser, and we found him. Top 3 here, as you see a battle for the lead in front of him. He's got a good view of it, so we're going to take a look at that view. Looking out Bentley's windshield, you're going to see the leaders going at it right here, side by side for the top spot on lap 10. And I'll tell you what, Bentley is looking like he's got a pretty strong race car, too. 10 laps in, so the tires are just starting to get a little bit of wear on them here. Take a look and show you the in-car view and the driver down in the bottom right-hand corner. Yeah, that car looks like it is a couple of handful. He salt on the wheel a little bit coming out of the corner. I'm doing great, Chuck. Good to see you in the stream, man. Holland's over here racing. I think we got Holland, Coop, Cody Williams, and now Tommy Haynes is over here too. So got 4 of them guys that you race with pretty frequently. Hunter's Fried Pickles, I think that car says in front of him. We're watching that lead battle though, as the 73 car's taking over the top spot, but the 63's not done battling for it. Let's go Todd Cray. There's another vote for the 21. And when I said the 63 wasn't done, he powers back to the lead. So Johnny Avila, no stranger to victory lane here at American Sim Racing League. And he's working on it now. I'm working on my Discord for a second, so back at it. Just a little bit of a glitch there. It was kind of weird. Look at that field. Whoa, a little bit of contact for one of those drivers to the outside wall, and I'm going to guess that's why we see some drivers dropping to the bottom here. You see a guy knocking the dust down? Well, you tend to pay attention to that. I'm paying attention to a battle brewing right here, the top 5 31 car, Richard Holland. Holland's the outcast car you see right there in the 4th position. And he's got the 72 of Jerry Cochran working the back bumper a little bit, but Holland is this group including a 21. Yeah, there's a rumor that the Holland guy might be fast, but I'll tell you what, there are definitely some fast drivers over here too. He'll have his hands full with them tonight. You see Todd Cray back there working on the 72 car of Jerry Cochran. This battle is for the Todd sitting in 6th, so it's to get in the top 5. 21 car appears to be moving up right now. 15 laps in. So car's looking pretty good, and he's certainly looking pretty racy out there. About 15, between 15 and 20 laps is where you really start to see who saved on the tires a little bit and who's going to go where. I'm going to have to look and see. I think I was told 41 to 43 laps on fuel. They're running 100% fuel in the car, so they can run about 41 to 43 laps. So that means that they got a ways to go here on the fuel run. So we'll see comers and goers. Some guys moving forward and some moving back. And while they're doing that, we know that they got a ways to go on the run. We're going to switch to the in-car and do a through the field. That way we can catch all the drivers as we go. So let's start that lap 16 right here and get it out of the way early. We're going to do a couple of these throughout the race to keep you up to date on your favorite driver and give them a little bit of airtime right here. So let's go on board with the race leader. He started P1, and he is P1. That's Johnny Avila in the 63. No stranger to victory lane and a hot rod the first 17 laps here at Auto Club tonight. So let's go back to P2. You're going to be on board with the 73 car of Joseph McWhorter. So McWhorter in the 73 started 12th tonight. He's had a little bit of work to do in the first 17 laps to get up here to second. In fact, that's 10 positions. I don't know. I'm not mathing. We're going to say 10. He passed some cars, we'll put it that way. All right, let's go back to third. Bentley Glasser's 24 car. And I know we got a Bentley Glasser fan in here. So now we're on board with Glasser's 24, sitting in the third spot. Good view right there. No battle for the lead this time when we're on board with the 24 car. But it looks like that 24 is running the 73 down. He's going to work the inside. We're going to stay on board with him for just a minute to see if he can maybe complete a pass here. Wow. Just look at him work on that steering wheel. That's the best part about having this camera view right there watching it. Yeah, Chuck, it looks like this 24 driver's pretty fast too, buddy. I seen you pick them, so you know the fast ones. And speaking of Richard Holland, 31 car, sitting back here in the 4th position. It looks like he's actually lost a little bit to that 2nd and 3rd place cars. Avila's up there trying to stretch it out a little bit on him. We're going to do a little change here on the overlays and keep going. We're going to go back to the 5th position. Find the 72 car, Jerry Cochran, the 3rd. See Cochran working the high side, and he's got a battle. This battle's been going on for a while, but no longer. We'll jump on board with the driver that took the top 5 away. That's the 27 car right here, Steve Yenish. Yenish started 9th, moving forward now. Lap 20 of 100, and Yenish moving up a few spots here. Getting into the top 5, and you see how much wheel they got into. It's like the car's a little tight getting into the center and then a little free off the corner. And we'll see that more when I switch camera views after we do the through the field here. Go back one more, and you're going to find Todd Cray's number 21 car moving up into the 6th position now. Same thing with him, watching that steering wheel, center of the corner, got it really pulled to the left. And then corner exit, a quick turn to the right, and actually the 21 had a good exit right there. I didn't see his car get real out of shape like we've seen some of these drivers do. We got a lot of drivers to get through in a short time to do it, so we're going to go back to 7th position. And then we're going to find that 94, Elliott Drummond, and he looks like he's going to go by Cray's 21 car. So you're going to move Drummond up to the 6th position now. This driver having a good run so far. He started 2nd, moved back a little bit, maybe saving on the tires. A little bit of strategy right here, and 94 car's starting to, about halfway through the run, he's starting to come alive. So now we're going to go back to 8th, but we're going to actually skip to 9th because we covered those guys up there. We're going to be on board with the 34, Bailey Dutton. Bailey Dutton started in the 4th position. Now running 9th. So that's going to be a loss of about 5 spots here early on. But you see the 72 and 21 right in front of Dutton, so might have been another one, a little bit of tire strategy maybe, saving on the tires a little bit early on, and he's starting to pick some of these spots back up now. Go back to our next driver. We're going to go back to 10th place Tyler Seville in the 11 car. And you think Tyler's been moving through the field. He started 20th to get up here in the top 10, so Tyler's definitely found the gas pedal. Having a good run here tonight. Our next driver on the list, we're going to get on board with the 53 car, Thomas McBride. Just outside of the top 10 right now, started just inside the top 10. And again, could be one of the drivers just, you know, at the start, backed it up a little bit, saved on the tires because they know how long the runs are here with 100% fuel. Go back to 12th. We're going to find a 9 car of Adam Matz. And there's battles all over the racetrack, literally. So when we switch on a driver's view, you see the battles in front of them. 72 car, 53. Yeah, you can really see it, Chuck. There's no doubt. Go back to 13th. We're going to get on board with a 19 of Dwayne Hunt. So Dwayne having a good run here. He started 17th. He's picked up a few spots to get up in the 13th position. And he sees the battles up ahead of him out of the windshield. Go back one more. We'll get on board with the 14. And wow, quick maneuvering right there. 14 car. I thought for sure he was going to get right in the back of the 19, but look at how loose that car is off the corner. I wasn't making that up. I mean, you see that wheel, that red stripe right there go to the right? You know they're dirt tracking it. And I'll tell you what, dirt tracking, there's a driver here that could do it. We'll go back to 16th, though. We'll get on board with the 90 car, Kyle Bromer. And Bromer's back a little bit from that action in front of him. And that might not be entirely a bad thing. Sometimes you get in the midst of that battle, and it might not end well for you. So we'll keep an eye on the 90 of Bromer here tonight. Go back to 17th. We're going to be on board with the 40 of Charlie Woods. And it looks like Woods is right behind Bromer, so he's got kind of a front row seat to that battle up there. That's your top 15 cars up there battling, basically. So that's Charlie Woods' 40 car. We're going to go back one more to 18th and get on board with the 52 of Jason Day. And I think I'm going to do the through the field this way. Well, I can't. I can't base it on positions because we got to know what drivers have and haven't been interviewed. So he's passing a few, and we're going to move to the 19th position and get on board with the 13 right here, Landon Cardullo. So Cardullo started 26th. He is working his way through the field now. 28 laps in, so we know stage. Actually, we got stage break at lap 30, don't we? So we're going to cover the top 20 right here. So the last driver in the top 20, that's going to be the 93 of Patrick Desalinier. So it doesn't matter if they can run 41 or 2 on a fuel run, because I know for a fact that lap 30 is going to be a stage break. So that's going to mean that we need to focus on the top 10 here. And I say that because the top 10, that's who scores the points right here. And Avila's out there a little bit. 1.3 seconds he's got over second place, who belongs to the 73 of Joseph McWhorter. And McWhorter's in the wall. Second place in the wall, the 24 car. Bentley Glasser's going to take advantage of it. Move Glasser to second. 24 car taking it. 73 car, a little bit of problems. He's going to try to fight back on the inside. Don't know if it's going to be enough right now, but it's still early. And lap 30 is here. Todd Cray back here in the 9th spot is going to score points when they get the caution flag. And as it stands, the 53 would be in the top 10 here. So we're coming up to the, when they get to the start-finish line, I think we're going to be at our stage break. Watch Avila bringing out of turn 4 here. Bringing it to the start-finish line at the end of lap 30. And there's the caution. So caution flag's out. We're on our one and only stage break right here at lap 30. And we're going to go see who our top 10 is. That stage winner was the 63 of Johnny Avila. Second, the 24 car, Bentley Glasser. In third was the 73 of Joseph McWhorter. So back here in fourth, Steve Yenish, man, what a drive that guy's made since the start of this thing in the 27. Got himself well into the top 5 to score points here. Elliott Drummond's 94. He's going to take home some points right here in this stage. Tyler Seville's 11. He's going to take home some points. Richard Holland in the 31 is going to take home some points. Bailey Dutton's 34. He's going to take home some points here, too. We go back and find Todd Cray's 21. And the final driver in the top 10 to take home points in stage 1 is going to be the 53 of Thomas McBride. So that's going to do it for stage 1 in your first 30 laps of racing. But stay tuned because we got about 68 more to go. It's going to be a long one. They're definitely going to have to do a green flag fuel stop. Hopefully, as long as there's no cautions out there. But based off the first 32, I wouldn't count on it. 43 drivers. Let me repeat that. 43 drivers took the green flag here tonight. Our only caution has been the stage break, literally. So the only caution was a planned caution. And we still have, we still got 40 of them. You see a little damage on Dylan Winter's 37 car. He's actually at the front of pit road here. He's the first car. He's coming off of pit road. Dylan's 3 laps or 13 laps down, I believe. And we've had some others that I currently am not scoring. So we'll go back to the 38th driver right there, and he's on pit road. On the lead lap, though. I think he is the final driver on the lead lap. I don't know, the positioning is weird here. Because now I see Coop back in, and I'm pretty sure he's on the lead lap. Yeah, he is. These drivers are in, and they were grayed out, so I'm pretty sure we got 41 or 2 that are still out there. Maybe 43. A change up front, though, for the lead. 73 car, after the pit stops, is going to come out the leader here. 3 sets of tires. That's the other thing I wanted to mention. So the amount of tires they can use does come into play. I would bet after the stage break, if it was me, I would probably split the run on tires. It'll be close either way, but I would certainly go ahead and split it if it goes green from here. But we'll see what the... I'm not making no strategies for drivers here. Not even going to go down that road. We'll let them do it, and the best strategy will win. We'll let it play out that way. So they're 2 by 2, and I think the lights might be out on the pace car. And that can only mean one thing. We're going back to green flag racing pretty quickly here. See the field all bunched back up. Probably all 41 or 2 of them out there. Your front row, 24 car. Glasser, Vila 63. See Tyler Seville in the 11, the 27 of Steve Yenish, 31 of Richard Holland. That's your top 5. Pace cars in. Green flag is back out of the Auto Club, and we're back to racing. Lap 34. '63 car, just like at the start of this thing, he's going to launch and jump out to the, jump right back out to the lead. In the battles for second, 24 and the 11. 27 cars got a good view of that battle. He's going to move in. 27 of Steve Yenish is going to work to the outside of the 24 car right here. 24 holding the bottom nicely. 27 battling on the high side. This is happening behind Seville. But Seville might have his hands full because it looks like the 27 might get to the outside of him too. 27 car working the high side nicely. He's really in about that middle groove here. And it's definitely working for him. We've seen him pick up third that way. Now he's battling to get second. And he all but had him cleared right there at the end of the back straightaway. We're talking about the 27 battling the 11. Second place. He's got him clear. So Yenish moving into the P2 spot. And I think the 24, watch what the 27 accomplished, and he's going to go after the 11 too. Bentley Glasser using the high side right here. He's got Richard Holland's 31, and Holland's back there trying to figure out which way he wants to go. Holland's going to use the middle of the track, too. He's going to go to work on the 11, and that'll be fighting him for the 4th position. But this second place battle was a good one. We seen the 24 car get a look right there on the 27, not able to do anything with him. He's going to fall back in line. But look what the 27's going to do. Making the middle work, now working on the race leader. Johnny Avila's 63. We seen him challenged earlier in the race. And with a little bit of help behind the 27, he's going to clear the 63. And that's going to put Steve Yenish at the front of the field. And I'm not sure why my ticker's not working. So we'll pull up this side. Then we'll see if we, there we go. We got the ticker restarted here. I'm not sure why it quit. So 63 and 27 is your battle for the lead right here. Switch your cameras up a little bit for you. Let you get a look at all the drivers in the field here. We covered the top 20, I believe, before the stage break. So I'll cover the rest of the field individually, some of the drivers that I didn't get on board with. And we'll try our best to make sure that all the drivers get a little bit of airtime here tonight. But we do got to watch the front of the field because this race is a good one. 24 and 31 they're kind of following right in the tire tracks of that 27 car. And it's been working for him, working the center of the racetrack. Down the back straightaway here. And now the 24 car is going to clear the 63 for second. Now the 31 car is going to go after it. Richard Holland in the 31 working on the third position now. This might change as the tires wear. I mean, we've seen this before. We've seen something similar, but we never seen these guys going at it up here. We've seen Holland up in the top 5 before. Yenish, though, has been steadily working his way forward. Steve Yenish has since the drop of the green flag. And now the 24 car. He's going to go for the lead on the bottom here. I think it's one thing to step down there, and if you can make the pass, that's great, but he did it. He cleared him. So 24 car is going to slide up the track, and he's going to clear the 27. New leader, lap 41. And you see Holland right in line back there in the 31. I think he took a look at what the 24 was able to do back on the bottom. We got a battle for second again. 31 of Holland, 27 Steve Yenish. Lap 42 of the race. Holland's going to fall back in line in the third spot. Not able to pull off the pass right there. And don't count Avila, Johnny Avila out in the 63 because he's right here. There's Avila's 63 car. Got Landon Cardullo rounding out the top 5 in that 13 machine. So Cardullo was he was way back on through the field. He made up some spots right there after that stage break, and the 13 car's on his way forward. For you Todd Cray fans, Todd is right back there where he was at the stage break. The 21 car sitting in the 9th position. You see them cars come by, shaking the camera. All that horsepower, that camera can't handle it. Man, there's the 3 wide and 4 wide right behind these guys. We're going to have to find that, see who it is. I believe it was around here where the 96 is at. 93 car, Patrick DeSaliner. 96, Jesse Bonnell. See the 40 car right there with them. That's going to be Charlie Woods. Great battling, and the chat's got kind of quiet. So if you got a favorite driver, put their car number, their name in the chat. That'll give that driver a vote, and they'll be our 4th interview tonight here at Auto Club after the race in the top 3 interview. We'll call it the fan choice. So put your fan choice in if you've got one. Man, this is good racing back here. This is outside of the top 10, just inside of the top 20. 40, 96, 93. 9 car ahead of them, Adam Matz. We'll get up there where the 9's at real quick. There you see the 996 car. Jesse Bonnell working on the bottom. He might get a little help right here. A little bit of drafting help from the 40. Auto Club, we've seen 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide here tonight. All kinds of cars, like 42 or 3 of them, just working all kinds of different parts of the racetrack. Go back here to Paul Crumry. I got it right, Paul. I noticed a comment on last week's video, and he spelled out how his name is pronounced, so I remember reading that comment. So Paul Crumry, there you go, buddy. Hopefully I got it exactly right for you this week. Paul driving that 3 car right there, the Mountain Dew machine. 91, Levi Poland. This is back here in the 25th and 26th position. So these drivers are racing to get in the top 25 here. When you start 43, 44 cars, I mean, getting in the top, I don't know, top 20 is kind of a breakthrough. That's better than 50%. So we go back to 26. We're going to find a 46 of Ray Polking. Man, I love that camera view. I'm not going to lie. Every time I see it. You watch that camera start shaking, that's awesome. So I think somewhere back here I'm going to find a bootlegger. He's in a battle with the 53, actually. Tommy Haynes in the 17. That's the bootlegger. I say that because of the way that it is. It's on his car. I see it on the hood. It says bootlegger, so we'll go with bootlegger on that one. Tommy making his first start over here at the American Sim Racing League in the Elite Series this week. He's got it sitting in the 30th spot, so he's going to have a little bit of work cut out for him. Here's a driver I haven't given much time to yet in the broadcast. 62 right here, Stephen Ayers Jr. He's driving the 62 car all the way up to the wall. And almost into the wall. But I do not think he made. I do not believe he made contact. Not that I don't think he did. I do not believe that he did it. So I think he kept it out of the wall, basically. You see the 25 car, the Coupe, Bradley Cooper right there. He's watching that battle ahead of him. We've seen, I mean, if you go on board with some of these guys, and whoop, that was a good one. That closing rate on the back of the 62 car was fast. You heard the 25 get out of the gas to keep out of him right there, and I imagine he got in a break a little bit too. So you can look and see that a little bit of will in that car to get it to turn down in the corner as he's going to pull up next to the 84. Oh, wow. 62 had to check up a little bit right there. 25 as well. And this is back around 33rd, 34th, 35th position. So when I told you that these drivers are battling all over the track, I wasn't making that up. We just had to get back here on board. You see the position swapping around left and right. So I went to get on. I did it. I got on board with Paul Zada's 99. That's exactly the one I was shooting for here. Paul in the 35th position right now, I believe. That is correct. So Paul Zada sitting in the 35th spot. Who do we got our last car on the track? It might be the 7 right here of Hunter Waters. Nope. Cody Williams still on the track as well. And he may be the last car on the track. So that's 41 cars still remaining in the field. We're going to get back up towards the front and lead change once again. Change the camera views right here. New leader, back to the old leader, 63. Johnny Avila. How does he do it? He lost the lead. He probably sat back there a little bit, saved on the tires. And then he said, you know what? It's go time here. I'm watching this battle between the 11 of Seville and the 24 car, actually. Bentley Glasser, and look at the 13 right here, Landon Cardullo. He's coming under fire as well. 13's got the 30 right there. Justin Gann, 94 car of Elliott Drummond. So a few different names up here in the top 5 and top 10 after the first stage break at lap 30. These drivers are working 53, about halfway through a fuel run right here tonight. Oh, look at that. Almost 3 wide there for a second. 30 car looking on the inside. 94 car. Drummond right in front of him. Drummond going after the 13 now. Good battle. This is to get in the top 5. 94 cars trying to get there. Meanwhile, back up front, Steve Yenish in the 27. He's not letting that 63 go anywhere. He's staying with them. Avila took the lead back, and the 27 car, he's right back there battling, but change for third. 11 car, Tyler Seville took it away from the 24. So third spot, changing over. This driver, 13, Landon Cardullo, battling off the 94, battling off the 31, battling off the 30. And the 13 is going to remain in the top 5 right here. We're past the halfway point, about 6 laps past the halfway point here. And you look at the front of the field, 56 laps, and this driver's been in front for a lot of them. Johnny Avila in the 63 car started there. He's fallen back a couple of times, never really out of the top 3, though. And the 63 always seems to find his way back up to the front. So I'd almost say some of these guys got Auto Club figured out pretty good. 27 of Steve Yenish has been strong since the start of this thing. You see he started 9th. He's up here in 2nd, battling for the lead, lap in and lap out. Led a few laps here. And still in it. There's still a long way to go, though. 57 of 100, so we're just past the halfway point. So don't get discouraged if your driver's back here in 36th. You find a gentleman right there, the 5 car, Gary May, back in that position. At one time, I could have called this driver Mr. Consistency. He knows how to bring the 5 car home usually with a good points finish for the night. So we know the 5 car's got his work cut out for him. And if you're just tuning in, this race has been pretty much caution-free. All the way up to lap 30, the scheduled stage break in the race. And then it's been clean and green since the restart, actually. So there's literally been no cautions, just the just the scheduled stage break ending at lap 30. And the car's definitely been a little bit loose on corner exit, a little bit of a handful, and I'm getting up to the front here on the top 4 with the 24 car, but we're going to go back to the lead to see if there's a battle brewing up here. The 27 is there, and you can see him working a little bit higher line once again. I'm wondering if he's getting a little bit more momentum down the straightaway, working higher. We'll find out. That 63 is going to be a tough one to pass. But right now, I believe if anyone can do it, it'll be the driver of the 27 car. Yeah, he's going to have a real good corner exit right there. It's going to pull him right up to almost the bumper of the 63. Two different ends of the track. 27 doing different things at both ends. A little bit higher entry right there. Out of turn 4, going to try to close back on the bumper. Past the start-finish line here. Now going to take a peek to the inside a little bit. It's not there for him yet as the 27 goes all the way up into the middle of the racetrack here. So let's watch and see if the 27 can get the momentum down the straightaway. He most certainly does. Not quite enough, though, to get in position on the 63 car. They're both going to run the bottom at this end. Looks like most of the drivers will run the bottom. Look back here where the 94's at. 94 car able to pick up a couple of positions. One of them was from the driver of the 13, Landon Cardullo. Cardullo dropping a spot, now back in the 6th position. Right behind the 94 there of Elliott Drummond. And Justin Gann putting the 30 car back in the picture. Wow, 13 loose off the corner. You see the back of that car step out, you know the driver's got both hands on the wheel and he's fighting it. Go on board with him for a second. You see he's got a lot of wheel in it, and then on the exit, oh yeah, that wheel's going to the right. And that's probably a product of the car being a little bit tight in the center. We'll find out right here on the entry. Definitely got a little wheel in it in the center here. And there it is, sideways again off the corner for him. See if we can see that on a different view. This one right here would be a good one if a driver's loose to be able to see it better. Certainly see it off the corner exit there. I think it was down at this end, though, last time that I really seen him working it. This time, though, he's going to close up on the 24 car, and look at how loose that car is. Doing a great job holding on to it right here. That gives you a little bit different view of the cars, too. You know what the drivers are going through here at Auto Club tonight. Lap 65, so we're about 10 laps away, maybe less than 10 laps away from green flag pit stops here. Johnny Avila getting a little bit of breathing room on the 27 car now. And Yenish is falling back into the clutches of that 11 of Tyler Seville. So Tyler Seville in the 11 car, he's got a hot rod tonight. these guys are longer on a tire run than they were the first time around by a couple of laps. So we're really going to see who the master of tire saving is here at Auto Club tonight. If it stays green, we're definitely going to see who the master is. We're lap 66 of 100, so if they can go another 8 laps or so, it's going to put us around the 64 mark, which means that should be their final stop if it was to stay green from here on out. Go find Richard Holland falling back a little bit to the 8th position now. Holland's been, I think, as high up tonight as 3rd. So he's had a great run so far. Bailey Dutton's 34 car in the top 10 right here in a nice spot. And I think a lot of the viewers know who this driver is in 10th. 21 car, Todd Craig. Todd still in the top 10. Right here with these guys, as you see the 0-2 of Kamara's a little bit slow in front of him. That's because the 0-2 might have been headed to pit road. So I think some of these drivers are going to short pit a little bit. And I do believe that because they can make it from here. And I told you they're probably going to, some of them would have split the run. And they're coming up to lap 70, which will be 30 to go. Well, actually, they're on lap 68, but close enough. So we'll have to see when the leaders choose to come to pit road here. You go back to Cardullo, he's going to bring it down now. So 13 car, 27 car, it looks like, coming to pit road as well. So 27 pitting from the 2nd position, actually. Avila's going to keep it out on the track. He is your race leader. Tyler Seville back in 2nd in the 11 car. So lap 68, we've seen some of the leaders come to pit road, and I think that's what we're going to continue to see. Next couple of laps right here, they could only go about 42 laps on a tank, and these guys have been about 36, but we're coming up to 30 to go, so split the run. Come on down and get you some 4 fresh tires and a tank of fuel. They're going to stay out another lap, though. Holland also staying out. You go back and find Bailey Dutton. He stayed out. You see a slow car down at the bottom coming off the pit road. That's Rafael Rodriguez in the 90. And look at the 23 car. Fresh tires, buddy. It's amazing what those fresh tires do. I believe it could possibly make him feel like Superman. Not that it would actually make him Superman, just make him feel like Superman. Here we go, pit stops, Richard Holland. Believe your leader, 63, Avila's on pit road too. So, Todd Cray in the 21, 31 of Richard Holland right there. And I believe that might be Jesse Bonnell in the 96 car. So 96 also going to make his pit stop. We'll get up here to the race leader as we got one coming off the pit road. And we'll have to see where he cycles out at. I mean, some of those guys that stopped earlier are going to have the advantage of fresher tires out on that racetrack. And certainly going to be a 4-tire stop for the race leader. He's off the jacks. Going to exit pit road right here. You see Seville back in the 11 coming out behind him just like they went in, and there went Steve Yenish by. So the 27's going to go by right here, but we still got some drivers that have stayed out. The bootlegger. What's he doing? He's bootlegging. He's went 40 on fuel, and for some of these guys that was running a little farther back, you know, you can afford to stay out for a lap or two. And maybe you'll catch a caution. And if you catch a caution, you're going to look like a genius. 17 to 89. That's first and second right now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars that have yet to pit. And those 5 cars are, well, the first top 2 are right together, 17 and 89, and the 17's on the bottom of the track. I thought for a second he might have run out of fuel, but I think he was given a 25 room. And that's going to allow the 89 to go around him right here. I'd probably look for the 17 and some of these guys that have been holding out to bring it on down the pit road pretty quickly. Well, I think they're going to have to. 40, 41 laps in, they will be out of fuel. It won't be long. A little bit of strategy right here. Michael McCauley, how you doing, buddy? Yenish is going to bring it to pit road. Oh, and he's sideways coming into the pits. He saves it. Man, I'll tell you what, when I get the camera on that 89 car, there's never a dull moment when it comes to pit stops. That driver will get everything he can out of that race car. And I'm not making it up, as we're going to go on board with who I believe may very well be the race leader once all these pit stops cycle out. That's going to be the 27 car right here, Steve Yenish. I don't really have a pick, but man, this driver right here, 63, Johnny Avila, dominant here tonight so far. And he's got a little bit of work to do. He's, I think he might be about 14 seconds behind Yenish here. Oh, so when I said he had a little work to do, he might have a lot. Yenish is a well of a pit stop, really. I know he pitted a little sooner than those drivers did, a couple of laps, but man, he's been laying some laps down out on the racetrack here. We got Tommy Haynes still out. Tony Gray in the 88 car. He's staying out too. So these drivers have yet to pit. And the 27 car is only about 11 seconds behind these drivers too. So they made me a liar. I thought they could go about 42 laps on fuel, and it's been 43 laps. Here comes the 17 now. He's going to give the lead up and bring it to pit road, but I think the 88 car is going to keep it out. 45 laps on these tires and tank of fuel for the 88 car. He's about 8 point, well, maybe 10 seconds ahead of the race leader, or second place. He is your race leader. That's obvious. McCauley, I think you'll know what I talk about when I say I think Nation's counting skills fell upon me. Just momentarily. We'll get over it, move on. Yeah, you'll see a lot of familiar names in this one tonight. And Steve Yenish in the 27 is going to drive by the 88 of Tony Gray. And Tony Gray is not, he's not really made his pit stop yet. You see 89 car there. I think he is on the tail end of the lead lap, actually. Jeff Yenish in 32nd position, right ahead of his brother Steve Yenish, who is the race leader. But you see a little bit better and fresher tires right there on the 89 car. Pulling a little bit of distance on the 27, the race leader right there. And your race leader has got 2.2 seconds over the 63 right here. Johnny Avila, and we know how many laps Avila's been up there for, a lot of them tonight. So we're at lap 79 of 100, and that's going to give us our final through the field, and we're going to start with the race leader. So let's go on board with your race leader here. You're going to be on board with the 27 of Steve Yenish. He got the lead back here after the green flag pit stops. He's going to have about 20 laps to go when they get to the line, so we'll see if he can hang on to it. And your in-car view is going to be brought to you by Butt Kicker here tonight. Johnny Avila back here in second. He's dominated this thing. He's led a lot of them. Started up there P1, and he took off from there. He's got about 1.9 seconds to make up, though, on the race leader and about 20 laps to do it. Back here in third, we're going to be on board with the 24 Bentley Glasser. You see Bentley working through some lap traffic here, but wow, just look at him saw on that wheel. Back in fourth, nice recovery from those green flag pit stops there. 13 car Landon Cardullo. Fourth position, Cardullo having a fast car tonight. Seen him in the top 5 for a good majority of the race. Ooh, and Cardullo dirt tracks it. I love it. You see him working that wheel. So back in fifth, the driver we seen in second before those pit stops. That's the 11 car. Second and third, actually, the 11 of Tyler Seville. So Seville's got a lot fresher tires than some of the guys around him. He's going to try to pick some spots up right here. And we're going to go on board with the 6th place driver, and that's going to be the 90 of Kyle Bromer. You want to know where Bromer started? That was back in the 21st position tonight. So this driver has drove through the field and had a lot of work to do to get up here. Bromer having a great race, and I'm sure he looks to continue that. And we're going to go back and find our 7th place driver, 9 car Adam Matz. Another driver started all the way back there in the 18th position, so he's had his work cut out for him tonight as well. I think what probably more remarkable is starting 43 cars and no wrecks for cautions. That's crazy. We're going to go on board with the driver that just went by the driver we were on board with, and that'll be the 7th place driver, Todd Craig. What's going on there? We'll try that. We'll go to our in-car. Right there's Todd Craig. We'll go on board with the 7th place driver here, Richard Holland, in the 31 car. See the drivers on the top, or on the left-hand side of your screen. That's all the drivers. Bottom right-hand corner will be the driver I'm on board with. All right, so we'll find the 10th place driver, 34 right here, Bailey Dutton. Go on board with him for a few seconds. Now we're going to go on board with the 93 of Patrick DeSalinier. Patrick sitting in the 11th position. You see that top left-hand corner, there's 17 laps to go, so I'm going to try to get through these drivers so we can get up and watch that race. 12th position, you're going to find the 96 of Jesse Bunnell. So we talked to Bunnell before the race. He had some confidence about him. He's had a great run here. He started 19th. Just outside of the top 10 right here, but I think he might have enough car to get up there and get inside that top 10 and start working. We're going to go on board with the 72 now, back in 13th. That's going to be Jerry Cochran III, driving a 72 car. Another driver running about where they started here, but we've seen Jerry up there in the top 5 battling earlier in the race, so we'll see if Jerry's got anything to get back up here late in the race. Now we're going to go on board with the 52 of Jason Day, running back here in the 14th position. Next driver I'm going to find in line is going to be that 19 car right there, Dwayne Hunt, running back in the 15th position. Dwayne started 17th, so he's picked up a couple of spots since this thing has went green. And we got a few more spots to go, so we're going to drop back to 16th, go on board with the 23 of Ben Park. And I know Ben had some fans in here last week. We'll see if they jump in here this week. Give the 23 some votes. And we're going to go back to 17th and find Charlie Woods in the 40 car. Go on board with him. I try to stay on board where you watch the drivers to see how bad to see how loose the car is and just what they're doing inside that car. You see a lot of will in that race car get to the center of the corner. And then they switch back and they're fighting it loose on corner exit. So 40 car is a good example of that. And we're going to drop back to 18th, go on board with the 53 of Thomas McBride. Thomas started 7th, so he's working on the car a little bit here. 13 laps to go in the top left. I got to keep rolling. 25 car, Bradley Cooper back in the 19th position. And as we start rolling out of the top 20, I will be a little quicker rolling through here, so pay attention. You'll catch your favorite driver. Go back to 20th. You're going to find the 73 car of Joseph McWhorter. McWhorter started 12th. 21st, we're going to go on board with the 35 of Jason Mullis. And then 22nd, we're on board with a bootlegger, Tommy Haynes. And Tommy Haynes has got a lot fresher tires than those drivers around him. So the 17 might be capable of picking some positions up right here. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to go back to 23rd and get on board with the 45 of Tyler Powers. Tyler started 41st, so he's definitely made some positions up here tonight. And we're going to go back on board with the 80 of Rafael Rodriguez in the 24th position. Man, it's just crazy. Look how loose the 80 car was. We'll go back one more. Get on board with the 3 car. Paul Crumry, driver of the 3. 26th position for Crumry. As he's going to get passed by this driver, you're now on board with the 25th place driver. That's a 46 of Ray Polking. So Polking having a... he's having a go at it here. Top 25, you know. Close to mid-pack. There you go, Dan. I knew when I got on board if I said something that you were there. All right, we're going to get on board now with the 26th place driver, and that's going to be the 7. And it's not showing him, but it's Hunter Waters. I'm not sure why it doesn't show him, but that's who it is, Hunter Waters. So I go back to 27th, and I'm going to find Stephen Ayers Jr. in the 62 car. That's who you're going to be on board with. We're down to 10 laps to go, too, and there's been a lead change. If you look at the top, we'll get up there. We're going to go on board right now with the 28 driver, though. That's going to be Jeff Yenish driving the 28 or 89 car. He's now in 27th as he went by a driver. I'll go back to 29th, get on board with Shane Gross in the 41. Gross picking up a couple of spots here. While he's moving up, we're going to go back to 30th, jump on board with the 99 of Paul Zada. Paul's the man that's responsible for our overlays here. So Paul does a great job on the overlays. Really appreciate what he was able to do here, not just for the WFO Racing Network, but for the American Sim Racing League as well. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, American Sim Racing League, for hooking a guy up. as we're going to go back to 31st, be on board with the 5 car, the gentleman himself, Gary May. We got to go a little quicker now. Justin Gann up towards the front earlier. Must have had some problems on that green flag pit stop, though. The 30 car Gann sitting back in the 32nd position. So Gann would need a caution, where he's got a lot of work to do as he's a lap down right here. And I bet you it was a penalty. That's usually what does it. We go back to 33rd, get on board with the 09 of William Kemp. And we only got a few more drivers after him to get through the field, and then we're going back to the front where the race is on. 34th position, you're on board with the 97 of Levi Allen. So Levi Allen in the 97 here. Oh, Macaulay, get to timing them out. All right, Paul Crumry in the 3. We went on board with him earlier. He's fallen back, so we're going to go to 36 to David Kamara's number 02. And he's going to be the final car that we go through the field, and that's going to do it for through the field. And we are going to go back to the front of the field where this driver has taken the lead. And let's get our camera views changed out here. Oh, I hit him from the channel, Macaulay. Thanks, though. So Johnny Avila chased down the 27. And quite honestly, just took the lead back. So the 63 car recycled his way to the lead. But how big of a lead is it? Well, there's the 27 right there. The lead's about not even half a second. 6 laps to go at the line. You see the 27 car, Steve Yenish, back in second. That car's unsponsored, running like that. Any good sponsors out there might want to get a hold of that driver and try to get on that car. So we'll go to third. We'll find the 11 of Tyler Seville. Seville's been fast. He's got his tires are a couple laps fresher than the 27, so we'll have to see what the 11 could do with 5 to go here. And Bentley Glasser in the 24, back and forth, and we're not going to forget about this guy. He's been working on that wheel hard all night. That's Landon Cardulo in the 13 car. And that's your top 5 right now. To give you an example, Cardulo is about 6 seconds behind the race leader, Johnny Avila, at this point. And Avila is about 7/10 ahead of Yenish and about 1.2 seconds ahead of Tyler Seville. That's your top 5, 4 laps to go, 96 laps complete here at Auto Club Speedway with the American SimRacing League Elite Series, driving the Xfinity cars here at Auto Club tonight. And this driver right here, I said it before, he's no stranger to victory lane. In fact, he won the Fall 2021 Xfinity race here. And he also won the Spring 2022 truck race here. So Johnny Avila, no stranger to victory lane at Auto Club with the American SimRacing League. Watch all those cars go by. He's got some lap cars to work around as he's going around the 46 car right now. So 3 laps to go. We'll go back and show you that distance to Yenish, Steve Yenish in the 27. And it's not a huge distance, but I'll tell you what's impressive. Right there's the 11 of Tyler Seville. He hasn't only been able to chop down the distance the 27 had on him, but he's also been running the leader down too. So that 11 car's fast right now, but it might be too little too late. We go back a little bit farther, though, before we find the 24 car here, Bentley Glasser. He's about 3.4 seconds behind the leader, so Bentley's got a little work to do. And then we go back a couple of seconds behind him, and we'll find the 13 of Landon Cardulo. car duo, though, sawing on the wheel tonight. That 13 car, driver of that car having a great race here at Auto Club Speedway. And I got to go because I'm not going nowhere, but we're going back to the front of the field because this is it. Final lap. This is for the whole race. All of it right here. All the marbles. They're on the table. Back straightaway. Final time. Down to turn 3. Right behind a lap car, too. And you see that yellow car behind the race leader. Right back there. That's second place. So Avila's got to try to do something right here. He's got a car working in front of him, too. Right across the finish line, though. Nobody's going to catch him. That's the 63 of Johnny Avila, your race winner tonight. Second place, that's going to go to the 27 right here, Steve Yenish. And in third, Tyler Seville in the number 11 car. Back and forth, Bentley Glassers 24. And rounding out your top 5, that's a 13 car of Landon Cardulo. So for the Todd Cray fans, the 21 car bringing it home in the 7th position tonight. And we'll do the full results at the end of this thing. But I'm going to go back to the front. Right there, your race leader, your race winner. At Auto Club, 63 of Johnny Avila. And like I said, he's a past winner here, too. Awesome race. I mean, the only caution we've seen tonight was a planned stage break on lap 30. These guys started like 43 cars and basically went green the whole way. It's amazing and crazy at the same time. We love it, and look at all the votes for Todd Cray. And that's going to boost the driver of the 21 car. If he sticks around in the chat after I do the top 3 interview, the 21 car will be pulled up in the booth, and that we're going to call him our fan favorite this race. So that's our fan favorite driver of the day right there. And Avila sitting there, and I'm going to try to pause it right there. Maybe back it up a little bit or switch camera views. There we go. And we got to find our race winner. So let's see if we can get him up in the booth. Johnny Avila, Vern Bradley up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I hear you, bud.
Oh, my gosh. Nobody. And, I mean, you had to race hard for it a few times there. But I'll tell you what, you led some laps tonight, Johnny.
Yeah, it was definitely a night about just trying to save your tires, because that was definitely a big thing. I was just happy that I was able to catch Steve after he short pitted, because my original plan was to pit like way later. Like I was thinking about pitting on like 75, 73. I saw everybody diving in, and I was like, I don't know if I'd be able to catch him. So I stayed out a couple laps just so I could have a little bit fresher tires, and luckily I had just enough time to catch him up.
Yeah, definitely worked out for you. Did you have a different kind of cruise control there, Johnny, or what?
No, I was just in my like tire saving mode, just trying to be aggressive and not fall too far back, but at the same time not abuse anything. So there's like just a fine balance I was trying to hold on to.
Well, it looked like you had that fine balance figured out and worked out good, buddy.
Thank you, bud.
Well, you're no stranger to winning here, right?
No.
I think you've won in the Xfinity car here before, right? With the American Sim Racing League.
I believe so. It was either first or second. I know last time we were here in the Xfinity car, it was a tight battle between me, Steve, and Hunter. I think there was some banging around at the end there, but yeah. I love Auto Club just because like it has the multi grooves. I love running up by the wall. It's a fun track, and the car was fun to drive. It wasn't too tight, too loose. You know. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. It looked like you had it figured out. You were the fastest qualifier, and then I don't know. I used to have a way of seeing how many laps you led. And I can't find it now. How many did it end up being?
I don't even know. I'm still in the car, just chilling. But it was quite a bit, I'd
Let's
say.
see. No, I got nothing that's showing me. I kind of wanted to see that stat, Johnny, but man, just awesome win. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. I will say though, like a couple of weeks ago or a month ago or so, I definitely have a lot of laps here because one of my buddies was in contender, so like the whole team and I we were just trying to help make a setup for him. So like I think during that time I put over 1,000 laps on this track, so I think I had the lap advantage there.
Gotcha. So now we're getting all the goods out of you.
Oh yeah, now that was everything I got right there
You're
tonight.
just letting out all the secrets now, so the next time you come back here, they might have a little more for you, Johnny.
Ah, okay.
You have anyone you want to thank why we got you up in the booth, buddy?
Well, I got like I say, I got to thank my teammates every week. Having those group of guys around makes these races a lot of fun, right? Because before I didn't have any teammates. You're kind of just quiet by yourself, but at least now we can joke around. Like tonight, making fun of Hunter for hitting the wall. But yeah, just having a good group of guys and all the admins that put this league together. Like the fact that we went from Daytona and then next week Auto Club, and we had more drivers tonight, just shows.
That's insane.
Yeah, that like I don't think I've ever been a part of a league race where we exceeded the 43 car limit. Like it's honestly great to see how much this league has grown, and the competition is great as well. And then last but not least, you up in the booth, because after these races, it's always fun to have like friends and family watch.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Johnny. I'll tell you what, and you're exactly right. Not only did you start 44 cars, but you did it basically caution free.
Yeah, that's insane.
I've never seen it before.
So
I'm just happy to be able to broadcast that. That was phenomenal, man. But thank you. It's always awesome to have you up in the booth, and that 63 car was a rocket, man.
thank you, man.
Yep. Have a good night. Go celebrate and enjoy the win, buddy.
You too, bud.
What team channel were you in down there?
AW.
AW. That's it. Steve Yanish, Vern Bradley in the booth. You got a copy? Steve, are you there, buddy? Steve Yanish, you got a copy? Second place driver, that 27. Do you got a copy, buddy? I think he might have stepped out for a second here. I'm going to put him back up there, and we're going to find our third place driver. See if we can get him, and then we'll get the fourth place driver there, or the second place driver. Tyler Seville, Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
I tried to get Steve in here first, but I couldn't get him to answer me.
No,
So I'm going to move
he
you.
was there. I was just talking to him a second ago.
Well, I don't know where he went because I pulled him in here and I asked him a few times and he didn't answer me. So I figured I'd go ahead and interview you and then we'll get him down here.
All right, sounds
All
good.
right, so top three, but it looked like the 11 car was coming on. I mean, it looked like you might have had the hot rod there the last 4 or 5 laps for sure, Tyler.
Yeah, I think I waited too long to start pushing it. My tires were the best they had been the whole race there on that last stint. It was just too little too late for me.
Yeah, and how many more laps you think it would have took there?
I don't know. I probably could have gotten to Steve, but passing Steve would be a totally different story. And then who knows about Johnny? He seems to always have some extra tricks in his bag at the end of these races.
How was the tell us how the car was in traffic, you know, trying to work the was the dirty air bad behind other cars or what did it feel like?
It definitely wasn't good. I really focused on making sure I hit that white line in each corner, so that if people missed it or if they happened to slide up coming off the corner, I was able to make up some ground. And that worked out for that first stage. I was able to drive, I think, from 20th up to about 6th, I think. So that was the name of the game. Just don't overdrive into the corner and just stick it to the bottom.
Yeah, and you definitely did it, man. You ended up with a great run and third place finish, so a good points night for you at Auto Club. And was it did you feel like you fell a little short though? Was your expectations maybe a little higher, Tyler?
I had high expectations coming into this week, but then they kind of got deflated in practice and qualifying because we got a lot of new people, and it's hard to gauge the talent level in the field. So you never know. But I was pleasantly surprised to be able to come out of here with the top 3.
That's awesome, man. And I've been there, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, and I think all drivers have been there. You get all the confidence, and you hit practice, and then qualifying, you're like, what happened?
Right.
But Tyler, do you have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth here?
Yeah, shout out to Johnny for winning, and shout out to my other teammates here tonight. Jesse, Hunter, and then Dylan was racing with us tonight, so shout out to them, and then shout out to my sponsor, Chubby's.
Well, there you go. Good luck to you next week. I can't remember where we're headed, but I can pull the schedule up real quick.
I think it's Iowa, if I remember correctly.
I think you might be right. So we'll be doing some short track racing. How's your skills on the short tracks there, Tyler?
I feel like I'm pretty good at short tracks, but Iowa is not my favorite. I would much rather be at a Richmond, but we'll take it, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, Iowa's going to put on a great race, especially if you guys start 44 drivers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, Tyler, have a good night, buddy.
All right, thanks, you too.
So that's your your third place driver right there. Gosh, I got to get these orders right. I'm going to find our second place driver, try him again. Steve Yenish, Vern Bradley up here in the WFO booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I do. How you guys doing?
There you are. I got you this time.
Yeah, sorry about that. Had to deal with a kid who didn't want to go to bed, but we're all good now.
Gotcha. I didn't know if it was that or I know that you guys do the league stuff, so there's points and everything that have to be done after these things are over. You are a man of many hats, Steve.
Yeah. Well, it's Jeff. Jeff's doing all the hard work.
I'll tell you what, though, you had the driver's cap on tonight. So second place, you were able to get up there and lead some laps. Tell us about your race a little bit.
Yeah, pretty good. Passed a lot of cars. Got past a lot at the beginning. I mean, the beginning was intense. 3 wide. I think it was 4 wide even. But long runs are a lot of fun. But there's no touching Johnny tonight. He definitely had us all covered, and could hang with him with the draft and everything. But couldn't get by him, and figured pit a lap earlier and get out in front, hope for a caution or just see what happens. And we finished where we probably would have anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what, Steve. I mean, watching that race and the whole run there, your tires, you'd pitted a couple laps before the 63, but I was noticing that you were able to hold on to him pretty good after he got around you. I mean, 0.5 of a second, so he had a couple fresher. He had a couple laps fresher tires than you did.
Yeah, he did. I felt like right after he got past me, I mean, the draft helped, obviously. But I think the tires were starting to level out at that point. And I was kind of thinking, well, I didn't have any draft at the whole beginning, so maybe I lost time. And because of that, you make more time chasing somebody than you do trying to hold them off usually. But like I said, I don't think there was any denying Johnny.
Yeah, he definitely had a fast car, but I'll tell you, so did you. Yeah, and you had to work your way up there from the nice spot, so you had a little bit of work to do, man.
Yeah, I got the high line working pretty early and got by some cars there, and a lot of really competitive field here tonight, and huge field too. So this is definitely the most you had to be on your wheel for this one, more so than I can remember in a lot of races.
I have never, and I think it was Tyler this or even Johnny, but I have never seen 44 cars take the green in what would be a caution-free race. The only caution there was a regular scheduled stage caution.
Yeah, I agree. That's a first for me. It's pretty awesome accomplishment for everybody involved here, definitely.
And to have a field that big and to finish in the top three's gotta be a little bit of a confidence booster.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this field was definitely stacked, and I hope everybody had a good time, and I hope we continue to have fields like this going forward.
I'm gonna tell you, Steve. I probably a crazy question me asking you this, but what do you feel about Iowa next week? How's your skills at that track in particular?
Definitely not my best track. I mean, I'll be okay. I don't think I'll be a threat for the win probably. Um, at least not in this car. If it was in the next gen car, I'd probably be more confident. But I'm sure I'll run decent. It'll be interesting to see if we do have a field like this. How that race goes, because that's a lot of cars to put on a track like that. Um, but uh, but yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be a great race. It's definitely side by side, multi groove, especially with the B car. So yeah, it should be a good.
Well, I'll tell you, if you guys bring that many cars into the Iowa and it goes green the whole way, I'm gonna need oxygen or probably some
Yeah,
paddles or something to restart my heart. But
yeah, you'll have a busy night if that's the case.
exactly, those short tracks, they're something else. And I'll tell you, you pull those things off even with a couple cautions, it's like a miracle hit.
Yep, I can imagine.
But man, second place run for you. I know it feels good. Good points night for you, and you were able to score some of the stage points, which are pretty important too, right?
Yeah, definitely a good night. Got the stage win at Daytona. Didn't finish where I wanted to at Daytona, but good solid night here. So keep climbing in the points and keep looking forward to a good season.
Well, I'll tell you, you wear the driver's hat well over here, Steve. No doubt about it. Do you have
No, thanks, appreciate it.
anyone you want to thank while we got you in here?
Yeah, all the partners we got here. Law Chevy Buick, Kitty Cat Coin, Bud Kicker, NR, Splash and Go. You guys, Track Bar Media, doing a great job. Just everybody involved, all the drivers here tonight for a great show.
Yeah, you definitely a lot of it. It's phenomenal. I mean, the growth just this season alone is tremendous that you guys have seen, and I'm super excited. I really am. Starting a field of that size, Steve, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of new faces, like, or a lot of new names to get used to. I hope they all had a good race here and a good time, and hope we continue to see them out in the coming weeks.
Hopefully so. Anything else you want to add? Why we got you up here before I go into the results and closeouts?
No, I think that's it. Just looking forward to next week.
Awesome. I'm gonna see if Todd Cray's still hanging around because he had a lot of votes in here. And other than that, have a good night and good luck to you in Iowa next week, buddy.
All right, appreciate it.
Yep, thank you. So, I don't know if he's still hanging out, but there is one more driver I'm going to look for and see if I can find him. And I think I did find him. Todd Cray, Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth. Got a copy?
Hey, how you doing, Vern?
Man, there you are. Long time no talk to.
Yep.
Well, I got you in here because I was asking the fans tonight to put, a car number in or a driver name, and man, they rolled in for you, buddy.
All right, appreciate that, guys. Yeah.
So you are a fan choice tonight.
All right, I'm seeing cousin Jess out there, Stevie, Adriana. Appreciate everybody coming out to support. But yeah, what a poor showing tonight. That's pretty much all I got to say about it.
Yeah, it's pretty stellar from the fans. They come out in a group there, especially right at the end, and they're like, "Come on, Cray, Cray, Cray," and I'm like, "Well, there's our fan choice for the race." And I'm gonna do this weekly now. We're gonna do a fan choice like that. Whoever gets the most votes, we're gonna.
All right, so I'll take the first driver. Fan. Yeah, the number one first fan favorite tonight. I'll take it.
You'll be the top fan. Todd,
Yeah.
7th place for you tonight.
Mm.
So what'd you need? What could have got you up there a little closer?
Yeah, honestly, probably. I mean, I think I pretty much missed on the brake bias tonight. I mean, it just didn't see it tighten up as much as it did. First run we struggled. Second run, backed it up a lot more, and stayed out a little longer than some of the guys, trying to figure it out a little bit. But once you got that brake bias set there, and it's not in the right spot, it just turns into a long night. But top 10, can't complain. A lot of cars, a lot of green flag racing, a lot of close racing. Um, yeah, but the team here, we just missed a little bit tonight, and going to have to gather back up and get some more laps in and practice for these races, and be better prepared for sure.
Well, I know you're not going to be any stranger to the broadcast booth. We've been down this road before, so and I think we're going to see. I think we might see the breakout week next week at Iowa, man.
Yeah, pretty good. As usual, the shorter the track, the better for Todd. So, so we get some short tracks in there, and like I said, put our time in, get our pit strategy right, work on them tire saving. Kind of came in tonight blind, so I'm gonna take responsibility for this. But like I said, we'll take a 7th, and I think Bailey's my teammate. He ended up 6th, and Justin was strong tonight. He had a mishap on pit road, so the team did well. But yeah, it's not what we're what we're shooting for. So we'll take the 7th, but just going to give me a little more fire for the upcoming weeks to get better prepared.
Well, it's not a matter if they better watch out for you up there at the front. It's win, Todd.
Yeah, it's tough league. It's tough league, and you know what? There's a lot of new guys out here now, so it's really good to be able to run 3-4 wide there at times, and have that many green flag laps. I mean, it's a really good league here. A lot of fast guys, so got to work on the qualifying, and there's a lot you got to work on. It's not one of those leagues now where you can just show up and race, and got to put the time in, got to know what the game plan is, and so I'm going to get back with the team, regroup, put in some more practice, and like I said, and Justin and Bailey and Patrick, even Patrick, I think almost took a top 10 tonight, so good night for Patrick and the team. So we're happy with that.
Yeah, that's awesome, Todd. You'll get it back, man. I mean, you got, like you said, you just got to work on it, and you're right. At 44 cars, 44 drivers over here, and not just 44 drivers, but 44 competitive drivers.
Yeah, no doubt. A lot of respect out there. Even a couple lap guys, there's good respect, and it shows when you can run a race like that. Like I said, second race into the new season with a ton of new guys. So
yeah,
as a core
basically
driver,
caution free. The only caution was of course, the stage brake.
yeah, I mean that's amazing because early on those tires were loose, and later on they were tight. So to go that many laps, and like I said, just being around a bunch of new guys. There's guys in here I've never raced with, so pretty cool. So I look forward to a good season, and get some motivation and put the time in. I mean that's all I could say, and but it's cool as heck, man, to be in the interview, man, with the fan favorite.
Yeah, that was
Like I
my
said,
next thing. Who
man.
who do you want to thank while you're up here?
Oh, my cousin Jess, she's been on board here for a few years now, rooting me on, and I got some new fans here, good friends of mine, Stevie Likes and his daughter Adriana, and I don't know, I didn't catch to see if anybody else was in there.
Oh
But,
yeah, you have other ones in there too, buddy.
all right, well, thanks to them too because they're listening and following us. So, like I said, it's going to give me some more motivation knowing now on Sunday nights, I got some more people to answer to besides myself and Jess. So that's pretty cool. It's fun. It's real fun.
Well, they got you in here, and I know that when we go to next week, you'll get yourself in here. So I'm not worried about it, Todd.
Gonna do my best. All
right, man. It's been great talking to you again. I want you to have a good night, man. And
appreciate it.
Catch you next week.
All right. Have a good night. Thank you. All right.
I don't remember what channel I pulled you from. I think it's Assassin.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Actually, I got to run over. We're doing a speedway race, so I got to head out. I'm good.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
No problem. All right, so Todd Cray right there. That was our fan choice vote. That sounds pretty good, actually. Fan choice vote. I don't know. But that's our interviews, so we don't go away. We still got to do the results. And then after we do the results, we'll do a closeout for you. What a race. I mean, like we were talking about in there, that many, 100 laps here. The only caution was the scheduled stage break on lap 30. 44 drivers basically caution-free here at Auto Club tonight. It's phenomenal. Second race into the season. I don't think I've seen it before. Next week we'll be back, and we'll be back. We went from a couple of the largest tracks the first 2 weeks, and next week we're going to go to one of the smaller tracks on the schedule. That's going to be Iowa Speedway. I think Iowa's like 5/8 of a mile. But wow, just great racing here tonight. 63, Johnny Avila, just a rocket ship, really, from what I could see. And great. I don't know. I can't say any more than great race, because that's exactly what it is. And I'm going to try to find the results. 2 weeks in, and I'm still getting used to these overlays, so you have to bear with me. All right, let's see here. I got something I need to do here. I'll push play on this. There we go. So your race winner once again, the 63 of Johnny Avila, finishing second, the 27, Steve Yanish. Back in third, you seen the 11 of Tyler Seville, and fourth was the 24 of Bentley Glasser. Finishing in the fifth position, well, that was the 13 of Landon Cardullo. And back in sixth, the 34 of Bailey Dutton. In seventh, 21, Todd Cray. And in eighth was the 31 of Richard Holland. For all the Jesse Bunnell fans, the 96 car, ninth position, and back in 10th was the 90 of Kyle Bromer. Next page, we got the 11th place finisher, 93 of Patrick DeSalinier, and 12th, the 52 of Jason Day. Back in 13th, the 72 of Jerry Cochran III, and in 14th, the 9 of Adam Matz. Back in 15th, the 19 of Dwayne Hunt. In 16th, the 40 of Charlie Woods. 53 of Thomas McBride in 17th, and the 73 of Joseph McWhorter. Back in the 18th position. Bradley the Coop Cooper in the 25, bringing it home 19th. And in 20th was the 23 of Ben Park. Next page shows 21st was the 35 of Jason Mullins. And there he is back in 22nd, the bootlegger in the 17, Tommy Haynes. 23rd was the 45 of Tyler Powers, and back in 24th, the 89 of Jeff Yanish. Rafael Rodriguez in the 80 car, bringing it home 25th, and 26th was the 7 of Hunter Waters. Ray Polking in the 46 was 27. Paul Zada brought the 99 home in 28th. Stephen Ayers Jr. in the 62, 29th, and Justin Gamm's 30 car was 30th. 31st was the 41 of Shane Gross, and Gary the Gentleman May right there in the 5 at 32nd. William Kemp in the 09, 33rd. 34th, the 97 of Levi Allen. 35th, Paul Crumrye in the 3 car, and 36th was the 02 of David Kamara. The 88 of Tony Gray was 37th, while the 94 of Elliot Drummond was 38th. And 39th, we've seen the 84 of Cody Blackmore. And in 40th was the 91 of Levi Poland. Next page shows 41st was a 12 of Cody Williams, and in 42nd, the number 1 of Joseph DuPont. Jacob Zala in the 85 car, 43rd, and rounding out the field, the 44th driver to start the race tonight was the 37 of Dylan Winters, and that's where he's going to finish at. And that's it for your race results. I want to thank the American Sim Racing League, all of the drivers, all of the fans that come in here week in and week out to support the league. Make sure you give the guys a like on the broadcast, because that goes towards the drivers, you know. I just enjoy being here week in and week out with this league, with the drivers over here. And I thank you. We're going to come back next week to Auto Club. I want to thank all the partners over here as well. So all the partners at ASL, meaning Butt Kicker and Kitty Cat Coin. We got quite a few of them. Heck, it's hard for even me to remember them. We're going to see if we can find it, though. I've seen it somewhere on the website. So we'll see if we can get back to it here. I'm going to actually write all of it down in the future, probably. That's the best way to do it. So it looks like Lowell, Buick Chevrolet. Oh, there it is. Splash and Go Graphics. Got it right here on the website. I thought we did. Looks like SimRacer Hub right here. And NR powered by Nitro, Kitty Cat Coin. So that's all the partners over here at the American Sim Racing League. And that's going to do it. I'm Vern Bradley in the booth. Like I said, give it a like, give the drivers a comment. We'll see you all next week at Iowa. Have a great night.